So equipment in the way. He's been chopping hay all day, and it looks like he's going to be doing some feeding. This is the end of the second cutting, and this is all third cutting from this field over here. So the driveway pretty well got filled today, and he had, I think, 3 loads to dump. So it started going down into the gravel drive. So we're gonna have to make sure that no rocks and stones are up in there. I see a couple I gotta pick out, but he just raised his bucket up a little bit. Unfortunately, he had just spread some bigger stone here on the back side. So this is, I think, about 7 or 8 loads, maybe more. I've kind of lost track of it. But you can see where the color, you know, kind of changes. We haven't tarped it or covered it. We had this area tarped, and it really didn't seem to kind of age it or make a difference. We haven't had any rainfall to speak of for a while, and that part has not had any heavy rain put on it. I asked him about moving the yellow pickup, but he didn't really want to get it any closer to the house than we needed. But this is basically what is left of the clover hay. There is a small section on the other end of the waterway there. Well, not so small. It'll probably be about 300 to 500 bales. It's kind of hard to say, give and take, how it'll exactly work out, but he's got the waterway on that side. The deer are out there grazing right now, and both sides of that waterway to the center waterway. So it's already grown up a whole lot. This is where he had chopped it when the baler first broke, and now the baler is all repaired, and he was able to go through, bale that waterway this week, chop and do silage with all that. The wagon is half full with the last of what he cleaned up today, but we've been doing this in some high humidity. And in the meantime, he is working on some other projects. So stay tuned, watch some videos for all that. The stack wagon is all put together real nice, no problems there. That lower idler pulley with the bearing in it ended up being over $100. We decided to just hold off and wait. It's not broke. Well, it'll go eventually, but at least we kind of can keep our eye on it and keep an eye out for another part in the meantime. So he is pushing up the rest of the pile here. We're kind of shutting things down for the night so that we can retire a little bit early. It's hard to push all day long when it's that hot and that humid, so this is a good break. If you've seen this part of the farmyard before, this is where I've been cooking my maple syrup, and my evaporator hasn't got a permanent home yet. And he was asking me, where did the skid go for moving it when we moved it out of the barn? So I've got to find that for him, because this is going to have to find a new permanent spot. And I've been watching to try to find like a wooden pergola or a wooden pavilion gazebo sort of thing, so that I could, you know, kind of set up something a little more permanent for it. I like the location as far as being able to watch it from the house or do farm chores. But for selling hay, it doesn't really work out. It's gonna have to go someplace else. And it looks like I'm probably gonna have to move that mower again. Starting to come over. What a view. Well, you remember in that last video I was telling you about our trade for the gravel. This is some dirt and some gravel, but he's been leveling things out. We had some huge 8-inch rain downfalls last week, and it actually was cutting where it goes downhill here. This is our main in and out going into our woods. So first, because this was so sandy, we're at the top of the hill that they've been working on landscape-wise to turn this into a hayfield where it was so rolly. There were big piles and jumps through here where they've taken dirt and moved it, and it's super sandy, and right here it gets really soft. So we wanted some gravel so that we don't get stuck going out of the woods, especially loaded with maple sap, because that's quite heavy. So it's getting to be dinner time, and I had a late day. Jack and I had to go mow a bunch of yards, and you know, that 1 yard is a little over half an acre. So we had 1 lawn mowed yesterday and went back today and did 3. So they're probably, I don't know, close to an acre between the 3. My poor mower, it's done.
Why are we going away?
Oh, we want to see it down here if the mosquitoes aren't too bad. Yeah. So this is looking a lot better, but yeah, it was starting to cut right here really bad. There's still a low spot here, but you can see just washing it right out, and it gets steep right through here, but it is so beautiful. We love coming down here. We love spending our time in the woods when the mosquitoes aren't bad. But we had a bit of a rainstorm yesterday, and it got really bad. Come here, this way. Did you know, right through this area is where I was finding morel mushrooms this last spring, and it was the first time we ever found them out here. Getting itchy?
Yeah.
Well, the grass is growing up tall and you're wearing shorts, so if it goes across your leg and rubs you, then it tickles your leg a little bit, makes you itch. But there are mosquitoes, they're buzzing. It's pretty thick. I don't think we should go too far. There's an area right over here where there's kind of a natural marsh, and there's a little drain. It's just beautiful. There are like a butterfly bush growing in there like crazy. So he's gonna have to keep going down this way eventually, but you can see this path, it's washed right out to rocks, and that's where we had that huge problem going into the other section of the woods that we were working on last year. The sand just kept on going all the way downhill, and it is an uphill grade. And like I said, this is the way out. We're on the second part of a loop that goes through the woods and loaded up. We always have to stop for this tree right here for maple sap, and this tree right here for maple sap. And then we go up and turn. Now, he's parked his dump truck here before, but last time we had to get it out and we had to pull it with the tractor. This was a little soft and it didn't want to go up the hill. The tractor was actually bucking at the top of this hill because it was digging in, and it did not want to pull that. It was not strong enough. Oh, we didn't have the backhoe then. So getting right here, you see quite an improvement. Much better. So he's going to get that pile all spread out tonight. We'll just have a little bit later dinner. Murdoch's going to make us spaghetti tonight.